Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Domino's Diecast. Today I'm going to be featuring a diecast car that I've owned for about 7 years now, so it's kind of fairly recent in my collection, but it's been with me for some time, and it's one that I've thoroughly enjoyed for a while. When I first saw one, I saw one online and I always tried to find it, and I never really had a chance until just recently, and I was very lucky to actually find this one, considering it's a discontinued model. They do not make this one anymore. This is my 1941 Plymouth Special Deluxe Coupe. In the early 40s, this was Plymouth's pretty expensive model, actually. They were quite proud of this one. Had a lot of beautiful chrome styling. Most cars in the 40s had little use of chrome. They usually the body style was mostly the eye-catching part of the vehicle. But Plymouth actually included quite a bit of chrome on this one, and it's really surprising for its time, especially 1941. This is... When it first came out, this particular model was rather expensive. I got it cheaper since I had found it after its discontinuation. They made a few other different colors for this particular model. I wanted the cream-colored one, which you see here. So the one that I absolutely wanted, I was able to find, thankfully. They made a dark blue one, which it is pretty eye-catching, and if I do find one, I may actually get it. I think they also made a black one, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I could always look into it, but Plymouth is a car marque that had been around for many years. For those of you who do not know Plymouth, they were owned by Chrysler. They were a side mark of Chrysler. And they were marketed toward, I believe, middle class. So they were affordable, yet also stylish, especially in the 40s and the 50s. Plymouth was extremely stylish. As you can see, this car would have been very long. Most coupes in the 40s were slightly scaled down, a little smaller, and I'm speaking about the real vehicles that this model represents. This particular model is a very long car in real life. Surprisingly, for a coupe, you would think that a family car would be longer. So this actually probably, I'd say around the time that Plymouth rolled this car out on their line, it probably would have been, maybe close to $4,000, $5,000. Now, it doesn't sound like a whole lot now, but you could buy a house back then for like $10,000, maybe less. So it's like half that. This was an expensive car, especially for Plymouth. This model here features all opening parts, as I will demonstrate. I love the opening trunk, how big it is, and the hood as well. Here, let's get a shot of the trunk. That is a pretty good sized trunk in this model. Here is a shot of the interior. Right here. Nicely detailed interior. I love the padded seats. And the engine bay right here, as you can see. Something that I always loved about Plymouths in the 40s is their hood ornament, the sailing ship. That's what they became known for a while. Before the jet age, or atomic and space age, when they all wanted to look like airplanes. There's, as you can see, the sailing ship is what they called it on the hood ornament. Very beautiful. I love this whole front end design here. The way the chrome swoops down It almost represents the Pontiac symbol, doesn't it? But nope, this is a Plymouth. They were getting very experimental with their use of chrome. And little did people know that chrome was going to become much more popular in just a few short years away. These cars were built very hardy in their time. You can still find them today. They last pretty good. They had very good running motors. They were reliable. Plymouth was very renowned for their reliability. Plymouth and Ford. It was a very popular car during its era. I believe the steering wheel does turn the wheels, like most models. This is a 1/18th scale model, as you probably have already figured that out, judging by its size. Yes, as you can see, the steering wheel turns the front wheels. It's always a nice feature. I've always liked that. And as you can see on the chrome here, Plymouth Special, right here on the chrome hubcaps. All those wonderful little details that I absolutely adore about 1/18th scale. And the white walls are just so eye-catching on this model. It really accents the cream color of the car. I do believe the official name of the color was like warm beige or something like that. I can imagine somebody of pretty good importance, maybe a well-known businessman would be driving one of these. Maybe even a door-to-door salesman, one that's successful, that is. Otherwise he'd be driving a Ford. And that's not a slam against Ford, it's just Fords were very cheap. Plymouth was a little more expensive. Very beautiful model. I thoroughly enjoy seeing it. Often have it out on display. If you do find one of these and you are a collector of diecasts and you do like early model Plymouths, I do suggest getting it. Because like I said, they are discontinued and it's really difficult to find now. I even love this right here on the back bumper, how the chrome on the back bumper just accents the trunk opener right there. It's very nice. Small tail lights again. Cars in the 30s and the 40s, they had small tail lights because it really they didn't want to take away from the general design of the car, like the sleekness and the swoop back design, which was real popular in the jazz era of cars. The taillights were mandatory, but they didn't want them to be overdone. Not until the 50s did they have large taillights. Although for headlights, though, the headlamps were always huge. And I love how these are designed here with the accented chrome here up on the top. And of course that really beautiful grille, the chrome grille in the front. Just very well designed. Probably one of my favorite Plymouths from the 40s, I'd have to say. Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed this little episode of me showing my 1941 Plymouth, and I will show future Plymouths in my collection once I obtain more of them, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye for now.